Hey, happy Friday, everybody. I'm sitting here with Tim Kiernan, the head coach at Sacramento City College out there in California. And we're just going to talk a little recruiting today and, what you guys can do as players to help prepare yourself for the next level. So, Tim, happy Friday.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing
How's
terrific.
everybody out there? Everybody out there doing good?
Well,
Hey, just a little bit about myself, my background. This is my 40th year at Sacramento City College. I've coached travel ball. I have over 2,000 wins at City College. I won some national titles with ASA, and I coached 6 years in the Professional Women's League. And it changed over. It was a WPS, and then it went to NPS. But a little bit of my background, I've been around a while. I'm what you call a dinosaur, I guess. I don't know. But I coach at Sacramento City College. Again, I've been there 40 years. This is my 40th year. And it's been delightful. We've had 10 Division I All-Americans. We've had 11 play in the College World Series, which is quite a feat for coming out of a junior college. Let me talk a little bit about California's system, and we're part of that system. It's a 3C2A. And Sacramento City College is a college that has about 20,000 enrollment. We have every major just about. Some of our great majors, I think, are aeronautics, nursing, a lot in the health field, which is big nowadays, and a lot of tech. All the coaches that coach in California are teachers too. If they're full-time coach, they're a full-time professor. So you teach besides coaching. And what's really good about that is you'll have a lot of your kids in some of your classes. And so that gets you to know your players even better, I think. And you have a better handle on academics because you are a professor and you have colleagues across campus that you work with on a daily basis. The California system, the 3C2A, which I started to talk about a little bit, is we're non-scholarship. We have 108 schools that participate in athletics in the state. We're part of the Big 8 Conference, which is the best conference in the state and the toughest. Usually 4 or 5 teams go to playoffs, which is remarkable every year. We only recruit in the state of California. Outside of California, they would have to go online and look at our Form C system, and they would have to fill that out where they wouldn't be solicited. They would be soliciting us. We get some out of state, but most of the time out of state students, it's just very cost prohibitive. It's just too expensive. It's like $200 and something a unit. So basically it's free for 2 years if you're a resident of California. And so that's why most of our players come from in the state. And usually they come from within, 100 miles of our state, our school. Our school is located in Sacramento. It's the state capital. Our school is over 100 years old. I think it was built in 1916, started in 1916. So a lot of tradition at our school. And if you go online, if anybody's interested, they go online, they can look. We have a media guide, and there's one right there, but media guides every year, and you can go on our website and go into the archives and get every media guide, and it has all of our records and who's who played at our school. We've had 10, 11 Division I All-Americans. We've had national team members. We've had, great success that way. One thing that Brig wants me to talk about, which I think it's important, is a little bit about recruiting and what I look for and what other coaches look for that are around me on a daily basis or a weekly basis. We're always looking for good athletes. The better athlete you are, the better shape you're in, the more that you can do. I'm from, and I learned this a long time ago. I was a baseball coach in Michigan for a few years as a graduate assistant coach. And I went to a clinic, and there was a guy named Itchy Jones at Illinois. And he was speaking at this national clinic. And he said the only thing he recruits besides pitchers and catchers are shortstops. He doesn't recruit outfielders. He doesn't recruit first baseman, third baseman, or anything else. He recruits shortstops, and the best shortstop is going to play shortstop, and the next one second base, and the next one center field, and so on. And so you ask him, well, why do you do that? Because most high school programs, your shortstop, besides your pitcher or catcher, is your best athlete. So if you're recruiting the best athlete, you're probably recruiting shortstops. And I've tended to do this a lot over the years, not completely. I mean, I will recruit a first baseman that's, is a power hitter and good glove and so on, and same with third baseman. But just to let you know that most coaches are looking for the best athletes. They're not looking for, third baseman power hitter or something like that. If it fits in, yeah, but the best athlete. And then besides being the best athlete that has good grades. Sometimes people think that junior colleges are just for people that do not have good grades. And that's not a fact at all. We want people with good grades. I think we had 7 or 8 all-state academic players this year. And good grades help you all the way through school, and they'll help you, graduate and go on into whatever your career is. So the better your grades, the better off you are. And so those are the two things that we really look for: good athletes, good grades. Now we're looking at players that are somewhat independent. If your parents do everything for you, you're probably not going to succeed in college. So we want some independent people. Learn to be independent. It's harder at a younger age. So for your 14 and 15 and 16-year-olds, we understand that you're going to rely more on your parents. But as you get a little bit older, you do registration, you do things, learn to do them for yourself. Learn to do as much as you can. So you don't have to rely on your parents taking you through the process. They can be part of the process, and that's great. But we want people that are independent. The other thing is we want people that hustle and have a good attitude, have good body language when we go out and watch them play. And that means that if they got taken out of a game, they're not sitting at the end of the bench with their arms crossed and legs crossed and upset. They're cheering on their teammates and being part of the team, doing the best job that they can. So those are things we're looking for. It depends on the coaches. I know one coach that I coached against in junior college, and she's a 4-year coach now. And she always, she just goes after as many hitters as possible. I believe hitting's good, but I believe pitching and good defense keeps you in games and gives you an opportunity to win the game. And I'll use an example. Quite a while ago, we went to a state tournament and we played 26 innings. It was a 6-hour and 10-minute ball game. And in that 6 hours and 10 minutes, in the 25th inning, we were the visitors. We were not home team. And in the 25th inning, their number 3 hitter led off and hit a double. And I went out and talked to our team and I said, okay, this is what's going to happen. They're going to bunt the girl over to third with their number 4 hitter. We're going to walk the next 2. We're bringing one person in off the field. We're splitting our outfield, and I'm bringing an extra infielder in, and we're pitching down and in. And we're going to go home, and then if we can, we'll go to first, but try to get out of the inning. So it just happened to work out pretty good. We made a great pitch. Again, pitcher's a big part of the game. The ball came back to the pitcher. She goes home. We go to first. We get out of the inning. That's in the 25th inning. We get up in the 26th. We score 2. A lot on short game, a lot on hustle. We get up. They get up in the bottom of the 26th, and we get them out 1, 2, 3, and we win the ball game. But the whole idea of that is good defense, play and catch, putting your pitches where you need to pitch to, whatever that batter is, whatever that situation is. Those are things that win ball games. So we're always looking for players that come in that are really coachable too. If our players come in and they believe what we're going to do, we're going to win a majority of the games because they believe in it. And it's not like, well, we're going to do, no, I don't do that. I don't throw that pitch. I don't throw that spot. I don't catch the ball that way. You're probably not going to have a lot of success in college, whether it's our program or somebody else's program. So being really coachable, hustle, be a good athlete, get good grades, and be a good teammate, be a good person. Those are things that are really important, and that's what we look for. As far as how you get noticed, I remember this from a long time ago. Somebody told me, and I truly believe it. If you're good enough, you're going to get noticed. I've never seen a good player not get noticed somewhere. It might be by another coach, might be somebody, I run into somebody and they said, hey, did you see so-and-so? She's really a good player. I can't use her, but maybe you can. Things like that. And then I think when you do your resume, just make sure that you don't put too much on there, but you tell a little bit of a story of yourself. And then video-wise, they don't have to be long, but they're important that you can see how you move, how you play catch, your arm strength, and how you make contact. We'll recruit players that aren't great hitters, but they're great athletes and great players. And they develop into being a real good hitter first or second year in our program. So a lot of that with hard work and good coaching, you can become a lot better. And the other thing is, we're not always looking for the star player. Most college teams, everybody on that team was a star somewhere, was travel ball or your high school or whatever. Everybody was a good player, but we don't have 100% of the best players in the country. We have the best players that help us win. And those players are part of a team and a team process. And by being a good teammate and being a good, when I say good player, very coachable player, that you're going to have a lot of success. I really believe in not redshirting kids unless it's academic or a injury. You know, some schools think, hey, by redshirting somebody, you know, we can use them next year or the year after. I believe that, you know, you have 5 years to play for, basically. You want to get out of college as soon as possible. If you can get out in 4 years, that's great. Because it's shown that most people, when you're a college graduate, you're going to make around, give or take, $50,000 a year. Well, every year you're in school, fooling around, not getting that degree, you're losing $50,000 a year. So, you know, it's worth your while to get through school, to do a good job. The other thing is, softball wise, there is national teams. There's a lot of programs that you could be a part of, but most of you are never going to be a professional softball player. And so school is the number one thing, and that's the reason why you're playing, or one reason why you're playing. The other, I hope, would be you love the game and you want to do the best you can to play for 4 years. And loving the game and being able to participate in something you love is, I think, important also. And again, video-wise, doesn't have to be long. Just make sure it's good. Playing catch, hitting, running, some things like that. You know, whatever you do best, you probably should highlight. So, you know, if you're a good hitter, or if you're really fast, you know, maybe you're not a great hitter, but you're really fast and you can fly down the baseline and around the bases. Show that. Or if you're a great glove. You know, I have a girl that's going to Texas A&M Texarkana next year, and she came to us with some of the best hands we've ever had. When I say hands, glove. She can turn a double play very quickly, and we turn a lot of double plays. We work a lot on that. So when I saw that, I came in, and she wasn't the greatest hitter. She got a lot better. She ran pretty well, but defensively, that was her thing, and that's helped us tremendously. So kind of show us what you're good at, the best thing you're good at. If you're a pitcher and you have great velocity, or you throw a rise ball, great. Highlight that. If you have a great changeup, most freshmen come in, don't have great changeups. The ones that develop those really go on and do a great job. All of our state championships, our pitchers had great changeups. And most of them, they all didn't throw hard, but they could locate and change speeds. So whatever your skill is, your best skill, highlight that. And, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll see some of you, but wherever you go, whatever you do, make sure it's a place you want to go, you want to spend time. Make sure you're on the same page with the coaching staff, and make sure it's you know, a school that you're really interested in. I think one of the key things when I went back to Michigan was that people wanted me, and I usually when I'm out recruiting, I see people I want, and I get to know their families and so on. And I think you want to go someplace you're wanted. You don't want to just say, okay, I'm going here because this is the best place and everybody else is going here. you want to go someplace you're wanted, someplace that you're going to be a piece of the puzzle. And I think that's real important. Brig, you have anything?
No, I'm good. I appreciate all the information you sent, and I got a kick out of the 26 inning story. So, or 26 inning game. So that was a fun story to hear. So yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to share that with our kids.
Yeah, that was great. It was 6 hours and 10-minute ball game.